Hello there. So I thought, given that I've had a really good workshop yesterday, I thought it'd be fun and nice to do a little reflection video this afternoon. So yes, yesterday I kicked off the new school term for some teachers and did a drumming insect workshop for the staff. I did an hour of African drumming with them, with the djembes and the dun-duns. And then next hour after that, I did the thing I was probably secretly really looking forward to the most, was the rubbish rhythms workshop. So if you've been following my videos, you probably know that as I am like to dabble with lots of sort of different things with drumming. So probably my primary passion was djembe drumming. And then I sort of also dabbled with samba, but more recently, I've also got involved in the thing I call rubbish rhythms, which is basically about making rhythms out of things that we would normally throw away. And it was just great. It's just great. I suppose one of the things I'm sort of thinking about that I really loved about yesterday. Well, let's say the first part, you've got these beautiful, authentic African drums all laid out. They're actually all in their bags, okay? They're nice, traditional African cloth bags, and it all looks beautiful. And yeah, we had a great session. I mean, what's not to like with African drums? Got some really, really good rhythms going, some of them easy, some of them a little bit more challenging. The main thing for me was to make sure that teachers had fun, but then to be able to pass on useful things that they can take from the session when they're teaching music in classroom, because let's face it, it's primary school. I mean, they have so many things on their plate, and they have to sort of do everything, don't they? They can't specialize like secondary schools. And for a lot of teachers, yeah, music is the bit where they need a little bit of a lift and a little bit of confidence. So we had a fantastic session there. And I just imagine, it all looks so good. It all looks so beautiful, all these beautiful drums. And the next half, I present the teachers, let me just show you, with things that sort of look like this. Can you see those? What have I got here? We've got some kind of like plastic bags. Got some sort of crinkly plastic. We've got some knackered bottles like this. I mean, if you have a look at it, I mean, it just, compared to all the drums, it looks like what it is. It's a load of rubbish, isn't it? And, it just doesn't have that kind of visual effect. But I'll be honest with you, I mean, we had fun in the first sort of African drumming class, but I think we really had fun when we started doing the rubbish bit. And it really makes me think, because you see, the rubbish rhythm things I've been doing, it's still, I'd say, it's in its infancy for me, for the thing this workshop that I've been developing. And I'm finding things that are sort of working, things that need revising a bit, things I'm thinking, well, that's not going to work, I'm going to leave that. And I'm also sort of thinking to myself, well, what is it really all about? What is the thing that really excites me the most about it? What's the thing that excites other people? I tell you what, there is something. It's the classic situation. I mentioned this before, it's a classic situation. The thing where it's the joke about the big Christmas present for the 5-year-old child, okay? The thing that they've been waiting for, the thing as a parent, you spent all the money on, and it comes in a great big cardboard box, and you give it to the 5-year-old, and they open it up. They say, wow, that's great. But later on, what are they playing with most? Not the main toy, but the cardboard box. And, the really similar thing is that I used to worry when I was teaching the rubbish rhythms for children that they might feel like they're really shortchanged because we haven't got all the posh looking drums, we've just got a bunch of rubbish. And this is an amazing thing. When I've actually brought the rubbish bits out, I mean, I have had boys fighting over getting one of my crinkly empty coffee bags and sort of making the rhythm like that, or with a crisp packet or something like that. And I suppose I was thinking to myself, why, that is really, really amazing. And then a teacher yesterday, she said, well, is it suddenly because, a crisp packet suddenly becomes transformed from not just a piece of rubbish, but something which, they have access to, they can find those around in their environment. Doesn't need me with all my drums. And suddenly they realize the potential of what they can do. And well, that is it. And I think that's probably the reason this excites me, because, this is about making music out of nothing, or it's not out of nothing. I suppose it's like taking just junk and turning it into gold, turning something into something which has no worth and suddenly is something which has some really, really important, special quality. And I think that's the excitement. The excitement is just having an entirely different perception of, say, what a piece of a flip-flop can do, or an empty shortbread tin, or one of these water bottles, or a tin can, or Coke bottle filled with some rice. Suddenly, it just gets transformed. It's not the answer to the world's environmental problems, is it? Not really. It's the case of one day they are still going to go to some kind of recycling thing. Perhaps they're going to recycle. But it's not some sort of providing some solution to that. It's just a case of, what we can do with it before it goes to the recycle bin. But still, it's something that is just so exciting, I think. And I can't wait to do more of these. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. A little bit of insight there. I will be sharing more videos on, I've got some new videos on their way on djembe drumming rudiments, and in terms of the rubbish rhythms, I'm going to be sharing in a little while some other kind of new techniques that you can look at. And if you haven't seen it yet, check out my short playlist, which is called Will It Drum. I've got about 12 of those there, short little things where I'm putting some of these junk things into practice. Okay, hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you next time.